Hello everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Guess what I get to do today? I get to pick oranges. This time Valencia oranges. Yeah. You guys are all going to run away from that area as soon as I get over there, but that's okay. I can't believe it. Look at this. It's wintertime. I still have hibiscus flowers. I think I'm going to put you here while I pick the Valencias. All right, so I'm going to put my bucket down here and then just start picking. Picking the lower ones first. I'll let you sit on them so mean, but the ones that are still mean. Because it's nice to have fresh oranges later on. I have friends who volunteered to pick citrus fruit oranges specifically down south this winter, and they came back with their arms completely scratched up completely because the trees have thorns, and even trees have thorns. Because they don't fertilize and overfeed them, the thorns are not as prevalent. That's a big one. And the tree doesn't have any branches on it, and therefore it is easier. They don't get all scratched up when I pick them. I also wait until they're definitely done today. I don't pick them a little early, so they just come right on. See how it almost fell off the touch. Yeah, some of these are still green, this one's really green, I'm only picking off the ones that are definitely ripe. You guys are probably thinking, another orange video? Yeah, another orange video. But this is life, this is what happens when you have fruit trees. It's nice to see that they're not all ripe. They have a few more weeks on here, that's great. I like it when I can have multiple harvests in the trees, that is so nice. Alright. Wow. Alright, so a lot of these are still things that last a while. I just have a navel orange, I have a navel orange. It was the best one on the tree, I must have missed it. Look at the different color, very orange. This was more orange. That's not the color part. Okay. I think that's it for today. Yep, that's it. The rest are still green. Look at this. Yay! Yay! Look at that. Because you see, I really like my chickens. I do. I do. I love them. Are you enjoying those radishes? Huh? Yeah? This is one of the chicks from fall. She's grown rather large. I mean, there's this one. I think this is one of the mothers from last fall. And then next to her, another one of the babies. Ah, no, that one is my Cerama mix. She's a cutie. I love her. She's a real cutie. See this one? This cockerel right here. That one. He wakes us up in the morning. Definitely wakes us up in the morning. Their sire is quiet. He doesn't really crow. But his offspring sure do. And they wake us up in the morning. And that only means it's time for one thing. They need collars. I have to catch them and put collars on them. And this one is probably going to be a feisty little quick. And that's what you need when you deal with predators, because, yeah, we've got a lot of predators here. Having more than one rooster is a good idea. And this one, look at that. He's going to be a big one. And this morning, I think he made a lot of noise. Louder than the other one. The other one takes more after his sire. You know, he crows, but he's quiet about it. It's not a big deal. This one, he's loud. I heard him for the first time this morning. Loud. Anyway, Now you guys go. Oh, everybody's having a good time. What a relaxing morning. And I now get to go juice these. I'm going to measure them, weigh them. And then I'm going to, well, not this one, because this one is the navel orange. I'm going to weigh these, and then I'm going to juice them all. And depending on how much juice, I don't know if I'm going to can it or freeze it. We'll see. I keep mentioning this rooster collar, so I decided I would show you one. I made my own. Here's the scratchy side of Velcro, and here's the fuzzy side of Velcro. I took where they're stickies, put them back to back, and I made a Velcro collar that you can roll up and it'll hold. And what you do is you stick this on the rooster neck. You move away all the feathers. You don't pluck them out or anything. You just lift them up. You put the collar on and you make sure it's tight around the neck. However, you don't want to make it so tight that you can't put your pinky finger in between. That is too tight. So you have to loosen it just a little bit. And then if you can stick your pinky finger in, which you can, see, stick my pinky finger in, that's the right size. So what does this collar do? The rooster wears this. He can eat, he can breathe, he can actually eat enough, actually. He can fill up his crop nicely, and he can even crow. He can fill up his pipes. But what this does is that it fills up the pipes only partway with air. He can only fill his throat with so much air, which will then either reduce the decibels of the crowing and definitely reduces the length of the crowing. One thing that you have to be certain is, you see the chicken swallows, right? And they have a crop. You have to make sure to put this where it will not interfere with his crop. And then periodically you have to check it, because obviously if you put it on a young rooster, a cockerel, he will grow. So you have to make adjustments, and that's why I like this so much. And you just put it under the feathers, you put it on him, your neighbors will be happy, and the rooster will be happy. So what will the initial reaction be when you put this on a rooster? Well, he doesn't like it. You know how sometimes you put a ring on your finger and it feels funny? You put a choker necklace around your neck, or you wear a turtleneck or something and it feels funny. Well, they're not going to like it to begin with, but then they get used to it rather quickly. They'll get used to it within a couple of hours. And then life will go on like normal for them. And this can make the difference between being able to keep a rooster and not being able to keep a rooster. Even if it doesn't bother your neighbors. You know, you really don't want to be woken up at 3:45 in the morning. Not always. So this comes in quite handy. And this is what I mean when I talk about a rooster collar. All right. Until next time. What do you see? Do you see any oranges on that tree? Any oranges at all? Any round oranges? Nope, probably not. This is why. I picked them! These are Washington oranges. I don't know, some of them still have a little green, but here's the thing. There were about a dozen of these lying on the ground that just flew off the tree ready to be picked. And all of these just came off really easily, except for like maybe one or two, like this one or this one. Okay, this one also. But for the most part, they all just practically fell off in my hands. I'm going to weigh these. And since these are a type of orange, they're Washington oranges. They're not as sweet as other oranges. I don't find them nearly as flavorful as other oranges. Who knows? Maybe I'll taste it this year and say, I was wrong. But so far, for the last 4 years, they don't have a very, very strong orangey taste. Almost like they have less acid in them, and they're a little bit sweeter. So I'm going to see if I can make candy out of these. That's going to be interesting.